Cross-industry standard process for data mining, more commonly known as CRISP-DM, is a methodology with 6 parts that work together. The first and most important part is the business understanding, where business goals and priorities are understood to tailor data mining projects that support them. The second part is data understanding, where data gathering and quality checks are made, as well as any collection methods, data bias, or quality issues are documented. Third is the data preparation. This stage begins when the business understanding and the data understanding coincide so the data can be ready for analysis. Deriving necessary columns and documenting resolutions to the previously documented quality or integrity issues happens in this stage. Fourth comes the modeling. A combination of logic and algorithms are applied to the data sets, and results are brought back and forth from the data preparation until the model works properly and outputs results coinciding with the business understanding. Fifth is the evaluation of the model. Necessary visualizations that support its results and presentations that support its deployment are made. Periodic reports detailing the model development, purpose, quantitative threshold changes, and performance all happen here. If everything supports the business understanding, then the model moves forward to the sixth and final part, deployment. The model is live and the CRISP DM is completed. Time series forecasting. With time series forecasting, there needs to be independent time data. It's a descriptive process that helps clarify why the data looks the way it does. You can have identifiable trends, systematic patterns, seasonal fluctuations, a smooth shape, or even a lack of some or all of these attributes. The 4 main principles of data ethics. The first is privacy, which is the consent of the private information of the user to be collected and or shared. The second is transparency, and it's how clear and straightforward overviews of the data collected or shared are, as well as how it's handled and processed both internally and externally once acquired. The third is accountability. It's how responsible companies and organizations are when they aren't capable of safeguarding the information from the data they've collected or shared. The fourth and final is equality, and it has to do with the steps companies and organizations take to avoid impeding or discriminatory practices against individuals or groups when processing and handling data. Businesses and organizations can uphold these principles by laying out clear terms and conditions during the agreement phase, keeping and frequently updating security programs that fortify safety with encryption, firewalls, passwords, and policies that define accesses are a few among many ways to uphold these principles. Raising concerns with my manager for predictive model with measurement bias happens through asking questions. Who measured the model and how much experience do they have? Was there more than one measuring device utilized? Is the model continuously reviewed and updated via scoring and evaluation processes? If there aren't, can we design and communicate testing procedures clearly and openly? If my manager feels confident answering all of these questions, then the concerns have been addressed and apprehensions have been dispelled. In predictive analysis, there are 2 general types of models. There's regression, where predictive outcome is analyzed and numeric context is interpreted or can be determined as numeric, and the possibilities determine one value, something very specific and refined. Then there's classification, which determines a category that the data will fall under if you give it a true or false statement, or if you create a category where it can have one or more different types of values to determine. I would typically use a regression as an analyst specifically because I get a more refined answer and I get a more determined, refined result. Something of numeric nature can sometimes be the only one, but one answer is typically the best answer.